Welcome to the Good Morning from the Chicken Coop podcast with Kim Johnson, your creative strategist and master mindset coach. Filled with inspiration, distinctions, perspectives, and possibilities, we help you to cultivate a mindset that leads you to create the best version of yourself you could ever imagine. Join Kim every morning from one of her favorite happy places, her chicken coop, along with all her chickens.
Hey everybody, good morning from the chicken coop. So today I want to talk to you about something that we all experience, and when I say all, I do mean all of us. Hard days. Hard days happen, and I think that you think that too, huh, Dottie? Yeah, Dottie says the same thing. Hard days happen, and it doesn't matter who you are, what you do, where you go. If you're a human, hard days happen. Because that's our nature, right? Things are never going to be 100% perfect. And when we have these hard days, it's not about avoiding them. It's not about saying, I never want to have a hard day, because lots of times hard days lead to great things in the aftermaths of them. We just have to allow them to cultivate. And over time, I have recognized that some of the hardest things that I have ever gone through in my life have really cultivated me to be a different person and to be a better person. And those hard days are here for us to grow with. Where I think we get so hung up in our humanness is that, and especially now when everything on social media is supposed to look so perfect and everyone's relationship is so perfect and their hair is so perfect and everything's so perfect, that we think we can't have hard days, and we think we can't have hard moments or bad things happen to us. And it really is part of being human. We have all had them. The idea is not avoiding them, because you can't avoid the bad stuff. You can do everything you can in your actions, in your mind, in your law of attraction, everything. You can do absolutely everything, and things are still going to happen. And people will often say, well, it doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. And sometimes that just irritates us when we hear that in the moment, because that's not where we are to capture that. And I myself have had somebody say that to me when I was in a very bad place, and they've said, well, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And I just wanted to punch them in that moment, because that's on them for not having the sensory acuity to not say something like that in that moment. Did it make me angry? Yes. It actually pissed me off. But I obviously have the ability to come back from that, and later on I was able to recognize that was probably a very true statement. But in the moment I couldn't hear it, because my emotion was high, and we all know what happens when our emotion goes up, our intelligence goes down. So this is no different. And when you recognize that sometimes these things show up to move us, like let's just say you have a job that is just absolutely not what you like. It is not fulfilling for you. It doesn't give you what you want. It drags you down, and you're working your ass off. You're doing a good job, and they don't recognize your good job, and they are just on you about things. And you know in your heart of hearts that you are struggling to make it work there. Maybe, just maybe, all of the pain that you're experiencing is so that you will move and go to the next place. Maybe in relationships, it's the same thing. When they fall apart, it's so more things can fall together. You know, sometimes it has to happen that way, but you can't pick up on that when you're stuck in the moments of despair, and you're stuck in the moments of having to hear the painfulness of what they're telling you, or what other people in your world are telling you. So what I want to convey to you all today is bad things happen. Crazy things happen. Hard days happen. It's not that they're not going to happen, and it's not that you should try to avoid them, because if you're out trying to avoid them, that means your focus is on avoiding, which means you attract more things to avoid. You should just focus on that, having that moment of being happy and living your life. And when the bad things show up, when the hard days happen, you pause and you say to yourself, okay, this is in this moment. This is not a forever moment. I think remembering this is not a forever moment is so important. There are no forever moments like that. Everything grows, everything moves, everything's in constant flux. That's just because that's the nature of the world and the universe. There's nothing permanent. So recognizing that, you can tell yourself, this is just in this moment. So I'm going to go to sleep. I am going to put myself in a state of awareness that tomorrow things will look different. You don't have to go to the place where things will look better, but they will look different. You will have a different perspective. Go for a walk, get some water, hydrate yourself, and allow yourself to have that moment to pause, collect yourself, and regroup and ask the very important question that you hear me say so much on this podcast. What else could this mean? Because if you recognize that you're asking things like, what else could it mean? Then you can figure out what else it could mean. And maybe there's a sign in it. Look for the signs. Look for the things that are driving you to go to a different place. What else could this tell me? What else could this tell me? Where else is this pushing me? Where else is this moving me? Ask the right questions. Take the break, pause, and collect yourself and put yourself back. But keep knowing it is just this moment. It is just right now. This is not forever. And I promise you, it will brighten back up, because it always does. And, that old saying, it's always the darkest before the dawn, is not wrong. And sometimes you just need to know that, people out there are also having bad days, and that they all change. So I just want you all to know, it happens to all of us, myself included. So I am sending you all a huge hug today, and I hope that you are having great days today, and I hope you're not having a rough day. But if you are, just know that tomorrow it will be much better, and things will change, and look for the good stuff. All right, my friends, I will talk to you soon. Bye.